Hello, I'm Robin Da Vinci, and I'm here to talk about a trend that is sweeping the nation. Friends sharing costs, but not knowing how to speak to it and not make enemies of your friends in the process. What's happening right now, because the cost of everything is so much, and all of you know that the cost of everything has been rising for months now, and it is a correction of what happened during the pandemic when everything went on hold and people were basically struggling and there were no jobs, or people were getting laid off, people were sick. So we came out of that with sort of a new mentality about how everything is so expensive. And how are we going to make this work? People are struggling to find ways to make money that is not a 9-to-5 job or is not a low hourly wage. So what's happened is people are talking to each other about sharing costs, but they're not talking to each other about if they can afford to share costs. I am talking about, do you know your money well enough to understand how you are going to speak to your friends if they want you to pitch in $250 for a bachelor party, or if they want you to go, someone's having a 40th and everybody has to pitch in a couple of $100 and you don't have that money. You'd be surprised to know that a lot of the other people don't have the money too. So what's the first problem with this expense sharing? Embarrassment. Embarrassment that you may not have the money that you think other people have. Well, I'm here to tell you that the majority of people don't have it. There might be one or two in your group of friends that can throw down $500 for something, but the majority cannot. But they aren't speaking up. So the first thing is embarrassment. Everybody's embarrassed. I can't afford to do that. I don't have an electric bike. My friends are all going to Maui. Oh my goodness. They go out 3 nights a week and I only have money for 1 night a week, but I don't want to tell them. So my credit card is really high. Embarrassment. How do you get over embarrassment? You start to talk to your friends about it and you fess up what's wrong with your finances or where you're stuck. So in order to speak to them about it, you have to understand your finances. So sit down, look at your money and say, just how much money do I have for fun? Or how much money do I have that I can give to a bachelor party? How much money do I have after I pay for my car and my insurance and my gas and my rent or my mortgage and my medical bills and my kids, or whatever you're struggling with, you have to understand it before you can present it to someone else. So after the embarrassment, sit down with the new you who's not embarrassed anymore and say, okay, I've got to figure this out. The next thing is communicate. Upfront communication. You're with your 6 friends, they're planning something, and you say, okay, how much is this going to cost? And what do you think my share is? Or can I have input to make this less expensive so that I can participate, I can show up, and I can pay? Or can this be on, I can only afford 75 even though everybody's throwing in 150, can I still participate? Find out up front what the hell everybody's asking you for. There is no need to be embarrassed anymore. There are so many millions and millions and millions in the same flippin' boat you are, but no one's speaking to the issue. Do not, I repeat, do not just go with the flow on this. Absolutely stand up and say, you know what, I need to understand what we're doing, what we're spending, what are the hidden costs, and can I really afford to go? And if you can't afford to go, lay down the gauntlet and say no. Lay it down. Let other people be able to get brave enough to speak up as well. You might find out of your group of 6 that only 3 can afford it, maybe less than that, but everybody's doing that brave BS front. Oh, I can do it. I can put in that money when you don't have it. Don't jeopardize your own future and your own budget and your own monthly cash flow because you're too afraid to speak up. In future videos, I'm hoping to give you the word speak, the skill to be able to combat that and actually speak up and say, I really can't do that. And just on a weird note, I've been reading more and more in the newspapers online that brides and grooms are asking their friends to pitch in $1,500 each so they can have the wedding of their dreams. Hey guys, no, absolutely no. If you can't afford the wedding of your dreams, have the wedding of your budget. You do not get to dream big and then have other people pay for it. Dream smaller and pay for yourself. So that is my advice. After the embarrassment, look at your budget, or if budget's too ooky a word for you and it makes you queasy, look at your money and figure out what you have left over. If you have nothing left over, why the heck are you agreeing to pay for things you can't afford? I guarantee you it's peer pressure, communication, embarrassment. We've got to get over that. It's so important to get past that and go to the next level of communication. The only place we seem to be really honest, it seems, is in college roommating. Everybody decides to just split it and nobody questions it. But we get out further into adulthood and everybody gets a little bit shy. It seems like after college, everybody wants to feel like they've reached a level of sophistication and financial success that they don't have to tell anybody no. Well, let me tell you, it is wonderful and kind and gracious to say, you know what? I can't do that. I can't afford it. So the thing that you need to learn to say is, I've been feeling embarrassed. I'm going to communicate with you up front that I am uncomfortable spending the money I don't have. There's 3 sets of words for you to use from this day forward for you to get out of the embarrassment of not being able to do something because you don't have the money. So take this from me, someone who grew up poor and who had to always say no, and through life it got better, but I still pick and choose what I can afford and what I can do. And my peer group, I know we're oldies, respects that. And you need to learn to respect other people's money besides your own. Thanks so much, and like and subscribe, and we will talk on this subject in the future. Thank you.